I was watching the nominee for ambassador to the United Nations, and she was talking a language that even Israeli leaders long ago, since Oslo, have ceased to talk in. She appears to believe there is no such thing as a Palestinian people, even though on the White House lawn, the Oslo Agreement was signed between Israel and the then Palestinian leadership. She seems to believe that God gave Judea and Samaria in biblical title to Israel, when in fact, under American law, as everybody else's law, this is illegally held, occupied territory. What should we make of that?
Yeah, that is the rhetorical shift, which is not insignificant. And all of these views are echoed by Mike Huckabee, who's been appointed by Trump to be the ambassador to Israel. Huckabee, of course, has also said the Palestinian people do not exist, or there is no West Bank, it is Judea and Samaria. And then that's because Trump's ideological void is filled with this Christian fascism, this magical thinking of Christian Zionism. So we don't want to paper over the fact that, for instance, Israel clearly wants to annex the West Bank. Since the ceasefire came into effect, the attacks, especially in the Jenin refugee camp, have been accelerated. Now, the Biden administration would at least pay fealty to the reality that you just expressed, but they wouldn't do anything to stop it. But now you're right. These figures in the Trump administration speak or adopt the same rhetorical fantasy or rhetorical lie that is perpetuated by Smotrich and Ben-Gvir and these far-right representatives of the colonists in the West Bank, and that's the shift. But we don't want to let the Biden administration or the Democrats get away scot-free, because they were full-throated defenders of the genocide. What was the final figure? $20 billion in supplemental arms shipments and arms sales to Israel since the genocide began. But yes, it is a difference about how the Palestine-Israel conflict is described. And it's not a small difference. But on the ground, to the Palestinians in the West Bank or the Palestinians in Gaza, I'm not sure it makes much difference in terms of vis-a-vis U.S. policy.